I'm a little bit scared on, hitting 90 miles an hour in like that.
Well, the 890R is...
So we got some custom ASV levers.
And I like to get a little loose out there.
We had to do a lot of customizing.
I enjoyed on the road.
So this bike has the rally pack.
This hits the sweet spot.
Race Tech went through the suspension.
Too many motorcycles sitting around.
So we got the D808R rear.
It's almost like a sport bike. The ABS kicks in. You could take your girlfriend on this one too.
Hey, Jay Clark here with Dirt Bike TV. We got quite a treat for you. Something totally different. 890 Adventure R KTM right here, right now. Okay, so Donnie's looking forward to riding this thing. I'm a little bit scared on the road. I've ridden it a little bit already. It's a pretty cool bike. I don't know how much I like, hitting 90 miles an hour in like that. So pretty fun bike. I got Grant Langston to come out here, multi-time national and world champion. He's gonna come out here and ride this thing a little bit for us. He's a little bit better photo model, still is really good on a bike. So we'll get his thoughts on these things too. At his shop, he sells these bikes. This is actually where that bike came from Langston Motorsports in Southern California. So we'll get some thoughts on that and walk you through some of the parts we did on this bike. First of all, there's not a lot of graphics out there. We got Decal Works to make us up some graphics for this thing to give us a kind of a custom cool look for our Dirt Bike TV. We got Donnie's logo on there, and Langston's, of course, we got our cool people that we work with. Moto Seat made us a cool looking, more adventure style seat with a suede on there even. We got our ODI bars. We got some custom ASV levers, which are fully adjustable. We had to go with a couple different ones. We went with their kind of longer setup, which was more similar to stock. We like that feel on there. Also the Enduro Engineering handguards. We had to do a lot of customizing. I say Donnie did really, to make those things fit. A lot of customizing because no one's really fitted them up for these bikes. So this bike's actually a 21, basically the exact same bike that you can buy in 24, 25, just with some updated looks. So this bike has the rally pack, which you have to pay extra from your dealer for, which is kind of a scam when you spend this kind of money. I'm sure Donnie agrees with me. So you have to pay extra for this rally pack, which gives you all the stuff that you'd want to have anyway, with more traction control features, a little bit more boost and quick shifting and all kinds of things like that. So you want to check into that Rally Tech package if you're going to get one of these bikes. The Trail Tech Pro Voyager units up there in Vinash is the one that makes this mount to hold it up there. Really custom, cool trick mount. And right below the Trail Tech is the stock readouts. You have all that right there. And then we have the Baja Design lights on there. Baja Designs has a cool kit to mount up these lights right here with the bracket and everything, which is really awesome. Takomoto has some of our blinker pieces and the blinker relay, which we're able to get on this bike, which is really cool. Then the next biggest thing is we actually stepped up the suspension, make it a lot more aggressive for us and for Donnie. Since we're more moto guys, Race Tech went through the suspension and got that set up, as well as tires. We got the D808R rear Dunlop and the 606 front combo for us. We're a little bit more off-road focused. That's a lot of cool bits and pieces. Hope you enjoy some of this footage of this thing riding. Let's get to see what Grant thinks of this thing. All right, we're back here in this 890, having a great time. I've got the world famous owner of Benny's Subs in Murrieta, California with me. Thanks for spending some laps on this thing.
Yeah, of course.
Took it off-road and had a good time. Took it on the road, even on the track some, on some rocks. What do you think of these things? I know you've done some rides on these, so you know a little bit more about these things than I do. I'm kind of a max. I trail ride moto mainly, trail ride a bit, and then EXC is like the most I venture out. This, I rode this today, and I'm like, it's a lot of bike, and I'm probably, my skill set on the road, I'm a little worried. So what do you think of these things? And also, what are you seeing at your shop, not the sandwich shop, but at Langston Motorsports? What are you seeing, with these adventure bikes? Well, the 890R is definitely one of the more popular models. I think people have realized the 1290s, 11, all those are just more than you need. This hits the sweet spot where it's kind of that bridges that gap between the dual sport and a full-size touring bike. This is still relatively nimble. Yes, it is a little bit bigger and heavier, like you said, but we did the Baja Trail a couple years ago with a group of friends, and it rode really well. We went over rocks, through sand. Again, you're not going to get the same nimbleness like you would out of a 500 EXC, but these are really comfortable on the longer rides. So if you're someone that maybe does a little more road riding or does longer trips in the same day, this might be right up your alley. But
I've had a lot of fun on these. What I do like is they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times with these off-road bikes, especially when you got more power, you get a little vibration, or on the road sometimes you get a little bit of that movement. This is very, very just calm and still, makes you relax. It's very stable. I enjoy it on the road.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost like a sport bike. So, and then with this comfy seat, you can ride it all day long and not have monkey butt by the end of the day.
And with the suspension mods, it helps a little bit.
Yes.
And we got some good tires on there, some Dunlops. I got a funny story about that. I don't know if you know. Do you know the story about these?
What?
We got a 606 on the front DO8. I mounted these up, right? And I'm not much for tubeless tires very often. So I couldn't get the things to bead back up. So I called over to Langston Motorsports, which is not too far from my house. So run them over there. Joey and the crew, they beaded them up for me. They got some cool video of them like blowing air with that air cannon thing.
Yep,
Yellow,
yeah.
Just boost some air in that thing and boom. And it's pretty rad. So they got it down. I was fine at changing the tires, but there's different ways to rig it up to get it to beat up. I couldn't get it to beat up. So we got some good tires on there, so that helps.
Tires were really good.
So Donnie's gonna have some cool footage added into this video of him riding this thing, and hopefully at the KTM rally in South Dakota. So he'll work that stuff into this video, and we'll have some good footage of that to piece into here. And Donnie's really looking forward to riding this thing at those kind of places. And I think it's gonna be a great bike for those kind of uses. For me, I'm probably a little bit away from it. I'll wait till I'm a little bit older like Donnie to where I'm gonna feel more comfortable riding just adventure bikes.
No doubt. I'm in the same boat. So actually, no, I had one of these for a little while. I actually sold it because I didn't ride as much as I'd like to, and I have too many motorcycles sitting around. But when you do those kind of adventure rides that are more like the length of a day, the trails, the scenery, as long as you're not doing super technical stuff, this is a great bike because, again, you come out and you go, you know what, I need gas or lunch. You just hammer it down the road and you're good. You got all your instruments here, letting you know which direction and mileage and all that. So,
hey, but I think if you had to, I think you could do most of the trails we do on an EXC on this. I think you could do most of it.
You can. It just requires a little more effort, to be honest, because you've got to stand up and keep your weight a little more balanced. Because again, with it being heavier, if you get into some sand, it does wash a little bit.
And we noticed there were some funny settings when you hopped on the track. It was like on a street setting. And it was, you didn't have any rear brake, right?
Yeah.
It was trying to compensate?
Yeah, when the ABS kicks in, so basically when I was pushing the brake, because it was skidding in the dirt, and it was on street setting, so make sure if you go in the dirt and you start hammering it, because it feels like you have no brakes. I almost met a group of kids up close and personal because I came in a turn, all of a sudden I'm like, what happened to the brakes? So make sure you have your off-road settings on if you go on the moto track. I think, because you can get away with it on the street too. I think a lot of times the street setting, let's be honest, is more for a beginner to intermediate rider. I prefer not having all the ABS and traction control and wheelie sensors and all that. I like to get a little loose out there.
Well, and most of us are used to riding dirt or motocross bikes on the trail and on the track.
Steer it with the rear or the front. Or
and so most of us are used to those kind of settings. And if I am going to ever buy, a more street bike, this is the style, this is the bike I'd probably want, is an adventure bike.
And you know what? You could take your girlfriend on this one too.
Right.
You don't even have to get the Corvette.
Right. There you go. Good analogy, right? So anyway, it's really fun. Hopefully you enjoyed some of this footage of, Grant sliding this thing around out here at the track and on the trail and on some roads. It was a fun time. So, and we'll have some good footage of Donnie riding this thing at the rally. And if you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. it.